Hello, this is the introduction for the other videos. I want to say how much I enjoy having the clarity I have now, and the joy that comes from knowing what I want and how to do it, and then being able to do it, and then getting the results, and it's so wonderful. I want to share that with everyone, so if you don't already have it, you too can have this same clarity and this same joy, so we can all have fun together on this planet and do lots of wonderful things and solve lots of problems, I hope, that people have been struggling with all throughout history. Here is where it comes from, this clarity. It's because I'm no longer as afraid. I'm 52, and pretty much the first 50 years of my life I had this very intense fear and shame as well, that I wasn't aware of, but that was keeping my attention, a lot of it, stuck on watching. Every second I kept watching all around me. Am I safe? Is there danger? And so with my attention stuck there, it wasn't available for thinking of what I want to do, what's going on, what are the problems, how to think through them. I just didn't have that attention available, because it was so much more important to watch out so that I could survive. I see now that this started when I was just a baby, because my parents had the same type of fear and shame, and because they were so caught up in that, they weren't able to give me what I needed to accept myself, to love myself, and just to be safe, so I wouldn't have to constantly watch around me just to stay alive. So I see how vital it was to have this fear, how it kept me safe in my first years. And then it became a habit that stayed with me until just a few months ago. And it's not like I didn't have any clarity and I wasn't enjoying my life at all. No, I thought I had a pretty good life, and I had quite a lot of clarity, and I could think through many problems. So if you think you're already thinking clearly, please consider this is what I thought of myself. I explain all of this in the other videos. What I'm talking about here is how to get extraordinary clarity and joy, beyond the standards of society. I just want to show you what's possible. People say that the Dalai Lama has a lot of inner peace, that he's enlightened, that he's all love and light inside, that he has all this wisdom. But I seriously doubt it. Because if he did, wouldn't he want everybody else to also have the same? And then, wouldn't he say how to get that? And wouldn't it work so that people would actually get that? So, no, I don't think that works, what Buddhists are saying. Yes, they're trying to show that it is possible to have inner peace, even when we're deprived and in a difficult situation physically. Okay, it's possible. But at what cost? And what could we be doing instead that's way more satisfying? There's a more effective way of reaching this inner peace, I'm convinced. We don't have to spend all our time depriving ourselves. And inner peace isn't where it stops. There's more to look forward to in life than just meditating. We can use this inner peace to do what I mentioned. Find out who we are, know what we want, what really allows us to flourish and thrive, and figure out how to achieve that. And at the same time as we're creating our own happiness, we can contribute to the happiness of others and contribute to this grand and wonderful adventure of life in the universe. So I talk about that in the other videos, but it's difficult to achieve because the obstacle we have is fear, which comes from childhood, when it was extremely useful to have fear in order to survive our everyday life. Even if today maybe we don't remember exactly how dangerous the dangers were that were menacing us, we justified having this fear for the child we used to be. Me, I don't know how I could have admitted to myself that I was afraid if I hadn't gotten into a situation where it was either that or die. So I talk about that also in these other videos. And I'm very grateful to the people who helped me get into that dangerous situation, and then also the people who helped me get out of it, so that I'm here today and I can look back on what happened to me and what I learned and share that with you, so that if you don't already have it, you too can have this vision, clarity of mind, to know who you are, what you want, and how to do what you want, and then be able to do that, and then be so much happier than before. Also, I'm not saying I have nothing left to heal. I know I still have wounds. Just listening to my voice in these videos, I hear fear. I'm continuing my healing. My main message is that looking for inner peace and clarity and joy through non-attachment is not effective. And I think it's misguided to make that our goal in any case. I think the way to thriving and flourishing, the way to realizing our potential, is by going inside, looking for these fears that are left over from childhood. And when we see them and we understand how they have been useful to us, then there are tools we can use to let go of anything we don't need anymore, now that we're no longer small children. And then we can think clearly, and then we can figure out and remove the contradictions in our thinking, and we can help one another find the contradictions we haven't found on our own. This is not for just a few special reincarnated people with many past lives. Everybody can have clarity and inner peace. Everybody can be enlightened. We are all born with a mind that has clarity and peace and joy. When children are no longer terrorized into obeying inconsistent demands, they will get to keep the clarity they're born with. And for those of us who have lost a lot of what we had, we can get a lot of that back. So I hope you'll watch the other videos. I got more and more clarity as I was doing them. So yes, maybe it can be improved, certainly. But please watch them if you want. If I've given you enough hope that maybe this is possible. Take care. I love you.